Welcome back to another episode of Bowie State Sports Talk. I am your host, Jalen Sims, and we got a 50-50 episode. We got the football team, and we got the volleyball team. The volleyball team, disappointment. Football team, absolutely great, amazing. So with that being said, let's start off with the football team, because, people want good news first, don't they? They do. So Bowie State football is now 1-0 on the season as they beat Division I. Y'all heard that right. Division I college, Delaware State. Now, if y'all watched last episode on Monday, I personally was rooting for Delaware State because the last time we played Delaware State in 2021, first game of the season, we lost to them, but we went on to win the championship later on that season. So I was like, hey, if they beat us again this season, first game of the season, we'll win a championship, right? With the Bulldogs, they had other plans. They said, nah, we gonna dog the Division I school. And let me tell y'all how it happened. So I must say the biggest reason that the Bulldogs won this game, to me, was because of the defense. The defensive line applied great pressure, forcing the quarterback to not have time to pass the ball, forcing him to try to escape the pocket, throw sloppy passes. The defensive line was on it, and the first play of the game for Delaware State, the Bulldogs got a sack. The third play of the game for Delaware State, the Bulldogs got another sack, forcing a 3-and-out. So their defensive line is looking very sharp so far, very good without Joshua Pryor. If you watched last episode as well, I said I'm kind of worried about the defensive line because they lost their star player, Joshua Pryor. But so far, game one, they're looking pretty great without Joshua. So salute to the defensive line. But it was more than defensive. It was more than the defensive line that was doing work. The cornerbacks, the safeties, all of them, they was playing in pressure too. They got a forced fumble. They scooped it up and scored the touchdown. They only allowed 196 yards. The defensive line got 4 sacks. And the defensive total got 11 tackles for losses. 11 tackles for loss. So to me, the defense won that game. As they say, defense win games. And it showed. But don't get me wrong, defense did good. The offense did as well. If you watched last episode, I said I was concerned about how the Bulldogs going to do without their QB1, Dion Gottlieb Jr. But their new QB1 looked pretty good. He threw for 247 yards. And of course, y'all know who the star wide receiver was. I'll give you time. If you watched last episode, you should know who the star receiver of this game was. Did you say Keyshawn Hinckley? Well, you was right. Keyshawn Hinckley was the star wide receiver for this game as he led the Bulldogs with 7 catches and 101 yards. But he was not the only wide receiver putting in work. Right behind him was redshirt junior Christopher Ferguson, as he had 3 catches for 93 yards. As a matter of fact, the first offensive play for the Bulldogs was a 52-yard completion to Christopher. So those two was the leading receivers for the Bulldogs, and the final score of that game was 22-11. But something that I always see people saying now is that it's time for the Bulldogs to move up to Division I football. And I disagree. Let me tell y'all why. So, yes, the Bulldogs have been dominating the CIAA. As we all know, they three-peated in 2019, 2021, and 2018. They three-peated. But in the NCAA championship, which they go to after they win the CIAA championship, so the winner of the CIAA championship goes on to the NCAA playoffs. Same thing for every other division in D2 college. If you win a championship in your conference, you move on to the NCAA playoffs, right? So the Bulldogs be dominating the CIAA playoffs, winning the championship. They move up to the NCAA playoffs, where they face other Division II schools that won in their conference, right? When they make it there, they lose the first game or second game. They never win the NCAA championship. So I feel like before the Bulldogs move up to Division I football, they have to at least at minimum win or make it to the championship game of the NCAA playoffs. I'm not saying they got to win, They got to at least, at minimum, make it to the championship game of the NCAA playoffs. Now, if we're going purely on CIAA performance, yes, Bulldogs deserve to be D1. But there's more to Division II football than just the CIAA. There's more than Johnson C. Smith. There's more opponents than Fayetteville. There's more opponents than Virginia Union. There's more opponents. So, like I said, before the Bulldogs move up to Division I college football, they got to at least make it to the finals for the NCAA D2, must I say. NCAA Division II playoff bracket, shall I say. Y'all see where I'm coming from? No hate to the Bulldogs. There's one thing on me, I'm unbiased. I speak it real from the heart. No bias. So if y'all want to be D2, make it to if y'all want to be D1, make it to the championship game of the NCAA D2 playoffs. Then we can start having a conversation seriously. But anywho, the Bulldogs' next game is this Saturday against Davenport. Now, on to volleyball. Boy, oh boy. They are 0-4 this season. Y'all heard that right. 0-4. They got swept in all 4 games they played. All 4. Swept. The first game was against Pittsburgh Johnstown. And the first set was the Bulldogs' best set of this game. The score at one point was 8-7. Then they went on to lose the set 25-12. In the second set and the third set, it was never close. Never. The Bulldogs lost the second set 25-13. The Bulldogs lost set 3 25-6. Now, I give them a pass for the first game. Like I said, it's a bunch of rookies on this team, bunch of freshmen. So they got to get used to playing together on an actual game. So, I give them a pass for the first game. It's cool. I'm not going to lie, though. After watching that, I didn't watch it, but after seeing that game, I felt like the Bulldogs were tanking for somebody. Tanking for a high schooler. They just lose it on purpose. But like I said, they got a bunch of freshmen, so I changed my mind. I was like, you know what? Freshmen got to get used to playing with each other. Team chemistry off. They not to go to say Warriors, but they don't need the team chemistry. Like Kevin Durant joining. They not that. So I was like, maybe game 2, they'll pick it up. But they didn't. I'll get to that in a minute. Right? So in the first game I was just talking about, they got outscored 75-34. They gave up 17 aces. 17 aces. 17. That's all I'm going to say about that game. That's all I'm going to say. On to game 2. They played against Wallash, if that's how you pronounce it. Walsh. Wallash. Once and again, they got swept 3-0. At least they didn't give up 17 aces this game. They gave up 9 aces. That's an improvement. They scored more this game than they did the first game. That's another improvement. But that's all. They still lost 0-3, so it don't really matter. Up next, they had a team that they can never beat. Before the game started, they was 0-3 all time against them, and now 0-4 all time against them. Frostburg State University. I think we got somebody in the chat that went to Frostburg, right? You went to Frostburg. I think he did. I don't know. He went like 70 years ago. I remember. But you know who I'm talking about. The Bulldogs lost that game as well. But they were kind of close. I think this was it? No. Yeah, I think it's their best series against Frostburg. Like their best series ever against Frostburg. The first set was a blowout, 25-14. That wasn't close. But set 2, the best ball they played all season so far. It was a close game all set long. Score tied 20-20. That's their first time scoring 20 points in a set this season. The Frostburg went on to score 3 unanswered points, making it 23-20. Then the rest is history. They ended up winning the set 25-21. Now I normally don't appreciate or compliment losing, but to make this negative positive, like I said, they scored 20 for the first time this season in a set. Go Bulldogs! I gotta give it to them. That's all I got for them. Third set was another hard fought set for the Bulldogs. They took a 5-1 lead, then blew it. Next thing you know, they lost the set again 25-21. Finally, for the final game of the tournament, they faced East Stroudsburg. And once and again, got swept 3-0. Neither set was close. Neither. We are only 4 games in the season though, and no conference games have been played yet. So in reality, these games don't matter because they're not conference games, but like they matter. They don't matter like record wise, like playoffs wise, but they matter like to me. Like you're 0-4 on your record. Conference games are not. That's sad. But this team is struggling. They have the worst record in the CIAA. Worst hitting percentage. Worst average. Like they average the least amount of points per set. Least amount of kills per set. They gave up 51 aces in only 12 sets played. I can go on and on. Hey, what's good? You in the chat, what it do? But like I said, this team is struggling. Like, if you go to the CIAA page and look at the stats, you see that they're dead last for everything. Everything. Like I said, this is only non-conference games, but I don't think they would do any better against conference. I'm being real. Like I said, so many rookies, their inexperience is showing. They got an experienced head coach, but the rookies, man, inexperience. I said the season's going to be a struggle for the Bulldogs, and it's showing early, 0-4. Their next game is this Wednesday against Georgian Court University. Is that it for sports? That's it for sports. But, man, let me tell you how I've been bamboozled like 5 times by this one person. And this one person, y'all heard so many times on this podcast. So it started last Monday, right? I posted a clip. I posted a clip last Monday on my Instagram story, and the guy that I mentioned, he responded. That guy is Montana 300, right? If you wanted to back, long story short, I posted a clip about him, about me interviewing him, right? He DM saying I'm down, like meaning I'm down for the interview. I was like, bet. We can do it on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time via Zoom. Because he probably already in Chicago. I'm in Maryland. I ain't about to make him fly over here to Maryland for an interview. So I said, we can do it via Zoom, right? He was like, bet, like deal. I was like, bet. I made a Zoom link. I made a Zoom and I sent him the link. Flash forward to Wednesday. I'm here in the booth, in the radio, all set up for the interview. My Zoom open. I think I had Instagram Live. I didn't start it yet, but I had it ready, popping. It was on my phone, set up. So when he joined, I would start recording. 5:05 came. He wasn't in here. I'm like, cool. It's only 5 minutes. No worries. 5:20 came. He still wasn't in here. At that point, I lost like 99% of the hopes of him joining. But you know, my delusional self stayed in the Zoom, thinking he would join. 5:53 came. 53 minutes after 5 o'clock. I lost all hope. I closed the Zoom. I went on about my day. Went to the cafeteria. No, I stayed in here, edited the video, edited the podcast. They know I'm tripping. At 5:53, I went to the cafeteria. Bada bing, bada boom. Continued. Flash forward to 8:43 p.m. Guess who DM'd me? Montana. He said, "Yo." I DM him back saying, "Yo." He said, "Can we hop on in 15 minutes? Meaning hop on like Zoom for the interview." I was like, "Of course." He said, "Okay, I'll hop on with you." I'm like, "I bet." It's still the same Zoom link that I sent you on Wednesday. That I sent you earlier. I'm in bed at the time, watching JJ Redick interview John Rondo. So I get up, I start panicking. I take off my do-rag. My do-rag was tight on me. So I had like marks across my forehead. I get my laptop, I get my camera, I get my microphone. I wasn't going to the radio station because I was not going through hell and back to get this radio station open. So I was like, I'm gonna do the interview in my room. I moved stuff off my desk, my laptop on my desk set up. By like 8:50, I'm all set up. I'm ready. In my room, Zoom link open, the Zoom open. I look presentable. I got Instagram Live ready beside me. Didn't start yet, but I got it ready beside me. Flash forward to 1 hour later, 9:50 p.m. And this man was still not in the Zoom link with me. I've been bamboozled twice in one day by the same person. I was flabbergasted. I was disgusted. But you know what? My delusional self, I still had hope. I didn't reach out to him. He reached back out to me next time again. So flash forward to Thursday. I woke up and see that he messaged me. He said, "My bad, I got sidetracked. Word is bond. We can knock this out tomorrow whenever you're ready." I said, "It's cool. Life be like that sometimes." Because it do. Sometimes life get in the way. You know, things happen. We could try again tomorrow, as in Friday, at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Flash forward tomorrow, as in Friday. I reached out to him like around 9 o'clock in the morning, confirming if 1 p.m. would work. He said yes. So I get out of class at 11:50. I go straight to my dorm, my stomach growling and all that. But I don't care. I set up for the interview. I set up for the interview again. And no, I didn't come to the radio station. The reason why I didn't go to the radio station is because that I lost hope. I figured he was lying again. He wasn't going to come. So I didn't want to waste time going come to the radio, calling security to come open the door. So I said, I'm gonna just go to my room. I set up once again, laptop, camera, microphone. I'm all set up by like 12:15 in the Zoom. That's like 45 minutes early. 1 o'clock come. Fast forward to 1:15. Still no call, no show. Once 1:10 came and he didn't join, I should have left Mr. Cafeteria. My stomach was still growling. But once again, little delusional me, I still have a little bit of hope he was going to join. And he didn't join. So I got bamboozled 4 times by the GOAT. He was still the GOAT, don't get me wrong. But he did me dirty 4 times. And if you're watching this on YouTube, my mom and my Instagram live right now saying he sucks. He don't suck. Well, let me rephrase it. He might suck as a person, but as an artist, he don't suck. But as a person, that was pretty terrible to set me up that many times. I've been bamboozled. But anywho, first week of school was alright. He went skating on Tuesday. I refused to fall in front of a bunch of baddies. So I don't know, man. It's like every baddie I saw in the arena, I just got like plus one attribute point to my skating abilities. I slipped a few times, but I never failed. What's going to happen? And it's like, I don't know how, but like I randomly became, alright at skating. Like I remember when I was younger a few times, I was trash. I feel like I wasn't moving at all. We went last year, and like I randomly became alright. And like I don't skate the same as everybody else. Everybody else uses both of their feet. I skate like I'm skating on a skateboard. My right foot is standing still, and my left leg is kicking back and forth. It's weird, but it works. You requesting? Go ahead and request again. Oh boy, here we go again. They got attitude. That's up. You declined. What's going on? Accept. Why do you keep on declining? There you go. Hello?
I'm sure all your listeners know who I am. I want to go back to your boy.
Okay.
Did not raise a son to allow anybody to play with him like that. Don't you ever ask that dude to come on your show again.
Hey.
He come. Don't you ever fix your mouth to ask him to come on that show again. You ain't let nobody play with you like that. Sims don't do that.
Like I said, after the first time, I never reached back out to him. He started reaching out to me, saying, "My bad," or "With this time, like we can do it tomorrow," and whatever. So yeah.
No. We don't let people play with us like that. You his number 1 fan, and if you want to record it and put this in his DM, put it in. You don't play with your number 1 fan like that. That's how you lose fans. He collected your $25 for the concert. You stand in the front, dapping him up. He gonna give you this interview, and you just set up for him 4 times?
Yeah. Yep. 4 times. Yep.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna leave it there. I just don't want to hear you asking this dude. You're not begging. You giving him some free advertising, and he gonna put you on pause like that, and then he didn't even come through talking about word is bond. Word ain't bond. Keep your word. If that's all you got to contribute, keep it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Judge Judy on. Finish watching this and listening to you.
You're watching the same show for like 47 years now. It's crazy.
True that.
Crazy.
That's why my defense skills are so good. I learned from her. But anyway, finish your show. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. You know how to. Let me kick you out of here.
You know I don't know how to
I got you.
hang up. You gotta
got you.
hang me up.
Boom. I was talking about skating, right? Yeah. So like I randomly became good at skating. Like I said, I skate weird. I skate like I'm skating on a skateboard, and my right foot is in place, my left foot kicking back and forth, and boom, that's how I learned how to do it. And like, I hate people that just stand on the outside, don't skate. Like, bro, join me. Like I went with my friends, and they was just they was just on the outside, just looking in, cause they scared to fall in front of girls. So instead, you would rather just sit there and do nothing. Just waste your time coming here, just sit on the outside and do nothing. That kind of blew me, but like, hey, that's them. They can do what they want to do. I had my fun. And like, one more thing I hate before I get off of skating, people just jump in front of me, like they just don't look behind them or nothing. Y'all know that one Family Guy clip where the lady was like, what she say? She was like, I turn now. Everybody else, good luck.
I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
That's how I felt while I was skating. People was just like jumping in front of me, and like I suck at skating. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a rookie. I suck. I can't break nothing. So I may have not chucked a few people, but that was their fault. I kept my balance. I didn't fall. Next time, look behind you while you're skating. That's all I gotta say. Anything else that happened over the weekend? Oh yeah, I got so many projects already. First week of school, I got like 2 projects for my theater class. My project for my communication class, I don't mind. It's a project related to my career. We gotta create a packet. It's a group project. We gotta create 2 packages. So of course one of them gonna be a sports package, which I love. Other one can be whatever. But so many projects already. People in the chat, let me see. What's up? You ever got that interview with Montana? Man, you just missed the after show. But you know what? Shout out to the story again. Long story short, I didn't get it. He bamboozled me 4 times, saying that he's down for the interview. So I set up for the interview. He didn't come all 4 times. Pause. He didn't show up all 4 times for the interview. So no, I never got the interview with Montana yet. But delusional me still has hope. If he ever DM me again saying I'm ready, I'm gonna get ready too. I'm delusional. It be like that. But that's about it for the after show, man. 2K coming out this Friday. I might skip class on Friday. I got like health, sex ed or whatever. Might skip that. Might not. 2K over school any day, to be honest. Oh yeah, if y'all watching this on YouTube, let me know how y'all feel about my post edits. Like I've been putting in more work, post production. J. Cole would have never done that. How you know? You got proof? I'm pretty sure J. Cole did that to some fans before. You never know. But you know without J. Cole wouldn't have done? He wouldn't even offer an interview for free. Montana manager tried to charge me $250, but Montana said, "Nah, I give it to you for free." Did he give it to me? No, but at least he offered it for free. J. Cole would never. J. Cole would charge a fan $20,000 for an interview. That's why Montana the GOAT. His concert tickets $25. Well, $20, $5 for tax. J. Cole concert tickets like $70,000. Come on now. Imagine being a fan of Mr. Overrated. And you know what? When you come back home, how about this? Well, nah, that would be no fun. Like, I remember last year I went through a versus battle between Lil Wayne and Montana. I would say we can do a versus battle, J. Cole versus Montana, but like Montana would like bite J. Cole so easily it would be no fun. So I don't even want to waste time with J. Cole. So that's that. But that's it for the podcast, man. You came pretty late. You missed the main part and most of the after show. I was supposed to interview the football coach today, but he never responded. Like he left me on scene this week. He left me on open. Everybody's doing me dirty. Montana did me dirty. Football coach doing me dirty. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Montana just chasing the bag. It'd be like that, man. Tough times in life. Tough times. Hey, can't live without the bag nowadays. Everything expensive. But I'm out. Appreciate y'all for listening on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. This man right here, top left. Twitter right here, top right. Salute.